I'm really scared.
What are you afraid of?
Myself.
On August 29th, 2023, 29-year-old certified fraud investigator Shannon Hiott was brutally stabbed 37 times inside her Columbus, Ohio home.
Police! Yep, she's dead. She's right here. We got her.
Out here.
We're down.
Her killer, her ex-boyfriend Chance Donohoe, didn't stop at a frenzy of blade strikes. He slashed her throat to speed up the process, watched her life slip away as she whimpered her final words. "I love you," severed the Wi-Fi to shut down her security cameras, stepped out onto the porch to calmly smoke cigarettes beside her bleeding body, and used a power drill from her toolbox to board the front door shut from the inside.
What were you thinking at that point, like as far as, because I saw it was pretty gruesome.
License comes back to that address. His name is Chance Donohoe.
Chance returns to his mother's apartment in Powell, wakes her up, and confesses to the murder. She forces him to call 911.
We've taken a 911 call here, and we've got a Chance Donohoe on the phone. He says he murdered his girlfriend.
How to get me a medic? The 34 and 1411 Berkeley.
Okay, we do have call units. All of them headed over there to the apartment right now.
What drove a 26-year-old stagehand to commit such a chilling act of violence? In the full interrogation clips that follow, you will hear Chance Donohoe calmly explain his sickening rationalizations, from claiming he was absorbing her life force to become a god, to admitting the true trigger, raw jealousy over Shannon exposing his thefts on Facebook and moving on with someone else.
I bet you're thirsty. I brought you your water.
Thank you.
Your Chance? I'm Detective Phelan. This is Detective Jude. I shake your hands, but it looks like your hand's injured there. Where are you from? The Central Ohio area?
I've been here for about 10 years now.
Okay. Where are you from originally?
Colorado.
Colorado?
My family's from here.
I got you.
We just decided to move here because I was getting into a little bit of trouble in my youth.
How old were you when you moved?
I was like 6 years old.
What's the highest grade you completed in school?
Some college.
Okay, so 12th grade plus how many years of college?
Most likely a year.
And I don't want to assume things, but I'm guessing that you want to talk to us about what happened because you called.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So why don't you just kind of take me through yesterday, leading up to last night and today? Like what happened?
I was basically, I had a major psychological break and kind of completely and utterly lost control of my actions, which I know is not an excuse, and I need to pay for my mistakes and my actions and pay the consequences for everything.
Pay attention to Chance's behavior from the moment he surrenders. At the hospital, he gets instantly irritated when asked standard intake questions, snapping that he turned himself in. He expects special treatment just for surrendering a classic sign of a narcissistic entitlement complex. Watch how detectives Phelan and Jude handle him next. They offer him water and take off his handcuffs, building a false sense of safety so he drops his guard. It works like a charm. Chance immediately starts building a narrative to protect himself. Keep watching, because right after this, Chance makes a massive mistake while trying to explain his actions, one that completely destroys his attempt to claim he lost control.
I drove home from hanging out with a friend. I was hanging out, I called my friend Wesley. I was just kind of driving around because I just didn't really know what to do.
When was this?
This was at about 11 o'clock.
Last night?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just driving around between 11 and midnight.
Okay.
And just kind of trolling around.
And had you met with Wesley?
No. Wesley, I hadn't seen Wesley since I left the job site.
Do you work together?
Yeah.
Okay, where do you work?
I'm a stagehand for like festivals.
Sure.
So like we build the stages and stuff.
Yeah.
Or I guess I was, but we work for a wide variety of different companies that subcontract companies that hire people for that.
So you worked yesterday, which was Monday. What time did you start work and what time did you get off?
I started right before 10 o'clock and I got off at around 6:30.
Okay.
And then we hung out at the venue, like job site for a little bit. And then I left to go home.
Where was the job site?
It's that big park that's like it's the OSU park, the big field. It's right off of like Ackerman.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Like
Kinda
on
like
if you're at Olentangy and Ackerman, it's like right there on that corner of that big open field. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of across from the cemetery?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right across from the cemetery. But I went home and then I was like, had a conversation with my mom and like completely spilled beans about everything that she knew that she had continued to say. And then I just went for a drive to try and clear my head.
I don't mean to interrupt you. Are you handcuffed still?
Yeah.
You want to take that off and you be more comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay. I apologize. I didn't see that when we came in.
Okay. Basically, I was driving around and I thought to myself I should check myself into a mental hospital because I'm not really all that safe. And then on my way home, I had like this weird thing that was just like, well, if you want Shannon back and you can't get her back, you can like take her life force and then you'll be together forever. I went home and I changed my clothes into all black and I grabbed a knife and I went over to her house and I approached the door, which I'm sure you'll see on her doorbell camera, Ring camera, at some point throughout your investigation. I twisted the doorknob. She screamed, "I will call the cops." And I slammed my shoulder into the door 2 times. After the first time she said, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Because I think that she thought I was just being obnoxious and pounding on the door or something. Or honestly, I don't even know if she knew it was me until I got into the house. And then the second shove gave way and I didn't make a noise. I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything. I just started stabbing Shannon, and she didn't even realize what was happening until I had stabbed her a couple times. I don't know how many times I stabbed her. I know it's a lot. I also know that I cut her throat to speed up the process.
Right here, Chance lays the foundation for an insanity defense, claiming he had a psychological break and wanted to absorb her life force. But pay attention to the fatal flaw in his story. Genuine psychosis is disorganized and chaotic. Chance, on the other hand, drove 20 miles home, deliberately put on all black clothes, grabbed a specific kitchen knife, and slit her throat specifically to speed up the process. That is calculated, logical efficiency, not a loss of reality. Watch how Detective Phelan handles this. He doesn't mock the crazy story. He gives Chance a long leash, letting him talk uninterrupted so he locks himself into details that will ruin his defense later. But keep watching, because Chance is about to make a huge slip-up that exposes his real hidden motive.
What kind of knife, do you remember?
You guys should have possession of the murder weapon, but it's just a kitchen knife.
Okay, and where did the knife come from, your mom's house? Or?
Yeah, I grabbed it out of the knife block.
Okay.
And I just remember looking at her and just kind of like feeling like I was like taking on like her spirit, I guess. And like, I don't know, I felt less alone than I'd felt since our breakup in that moment. And then I immediately found out after that she had started sleeping with Matthew, who she had like just recently started being friends with and told me not to worry about again because he's been problematic in her life before.
So you found this out after you killed her?
Yeah, I didn't have a reaction to it, honestly. I was just happy that I had what? I'm just happy, like I'm still.
You mentioned earlier that if you took her life force, that you would feel closer to her. What does that mean exactly, like as far as?
Well, it's kind of like a Native American belief of like absorbing the soul whenever you kill an animal.
Okay.
And like, I don't know, like you're absorbing it and like, I don't know. I oftentimes whenever I'm experiencing episodes of psychosis, think that I'm a god.
Okay.
And will kind of view people as like just kind of things. I've never been violent to this extreme before, but I definitely just like, well, if I'm God and I take away your free will and I release your spirit, I take your spirit back.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I still feel like that.
So are you, like as we speak right now, are you feeling like you're a god right now?
I mean, yeah.
And we're like objects in front of you?
I mean,
I just want to get your state of mind because, you know, we all have different lenses.
I mean, you're not necessarily objects, you are people of authority, and I am paying the price for like human laws and stuff like that because I am in a human vessel, but like, yeah, like definitely like a god and like can make things happen.
Pay close attention to how Chance's mother speaks here. Instead of expressing horror at what her son did, she immediately flips the narrative painting Shannon as the real problem and claiming she was stalking and controlling Chance. In criminal psychology, this highlights a classic enmeshed relationship. By blaming the victim for driving her son over the edge, she insulates Chance and, by extension, herself from any actual accountability. But listen closely to what she says next, because she accidentally drops a detail that completely blows open Chance's real motive.
He came home last night around like 10 or 11. You know, obviously there's not a reason like ever murder someone, but this girl has been like messing with him pretty significantly since they've split up, and they've only been split up for a week, but she was a problem, and I anticipated it getting worse before it got better with her like stalking him and just really, she no longer had control of him, and I think that was making her crazy because she had a lot of control of him. He woke me up at like 5 in the morning and said, "Mom, we need to talk to you."
And if you don't want to talk to me, you don't have to.
And we talked, and then that led me to saying, "You need to call 911 and take yourself in right now." Yeah. And he said he was gonna kill himself and all this stuff, and I said, "You need to just call."
He was mad.
Matthew is somebody that she was having some form of romantic relationship with.
Okay. When you say come home, was he living there?
I don't know.
Okay.
He's homeless, so I know that he like was storing a bunch of drugs there because he's a drug dealer and whatever.
Like what kind of drugs?
Ketamine, MDMA, probably cocaine because he's a huge cokehead.
Did you get ketamine from this guy before?
In the past.
Okay.
But like, it's been a really long time.
Okay. So you just kind of ran in maybe some of the same circles?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, that's how I met Shannon. Is through like concerts in the music scene.
Well, it makes sense if you work stage and do that stuff that you get to go to all those.
I think he left town to actually go to work, but I don't know because I actually watched him leave.
You watched him leave where?
Their house, or Shannon's house.
When was that?
I don't know.
Like in the last week?
No, like yesterday, last night.
Okay, like before you went into the house, or?
There it is. The biggest slip-up of the entire interrogation. Up until now, Chance claimed he only found out about Shannon's friend, Matt, after she was dead. But here, he accidentally admits he was stalking the house at 11 p.m. and saw Matt leave. Even worse, he accidentally refers to Shannon's house as their house. His pseudo-spiritual God frequency persona is starting to crack. This wasn't a spiritual awakening. It was pure, unadulterated jealousy after seeing a romantic rival at his ex's place. In the next section, Chance reveals the disturbing things he did inside that house for 3 hours while sitting alone with Shannon's body, and it completely destroys his claims of losing control.
But I just I got to spend time with the vessel that was Shannon, and I got to absorb her spirit.
So when you drove by, you see Matt in the van. Did that make you upset that he was there?
Not really, because I didn't really think anything of it.
Okay.
What made me upset is I don't, honestly, not really upset. Just more so a combination of everything. A little bit of upset, a little bit of just it's
Did you feel betrayed?
In that moment, I mean, I felt betrayed the whole breakup.
Sure.
She's been just telling everybody everything.
I don't know if that helps or anything.
It probably does.
You put your shoulder into the door, right? That's how, and did the door bust?
Yeah.
Okay.
It popped right open.
So then how far do you come into her house?
I go right over to the couch where she is sitting.
Okay, so she's to your left when you go in the door.
So what I do is I bust in the door, and you're right in about the position.
Couch.
Yeah, and she screams, "Oh my God, Chance!" And she gets up and she tries.
Did you have a knife in your hand?
Yes.
Okay.
And she tries to, I think, attack me back or run away.
Okay.
And I just start pounding the knife into her.
With chest or bot? Do you remember where?
All of the stab wounds are from probably about here up.
Okay.
On the front and the back.
And when did the knife slip?
The adrenaline was so, I didn't even realize it happened until I originally thought that she dislocated my pinky whenever she was fighting back.
Okay. So she's either running towards you or trying to run past you.
Yeah.
You're kind of a few feet into the house.
I just go straight at her, and I don't say anything. I don't scream. I don't yell. I don't make any noise. I just start stabbing.
What were you thinking at that point? As far as, because I saw it was pretty gruesome.
At first, the adrenaline was so overwhelming and euphoric that I didn't really know.
Were you hoping Matt would still be there?
No. I was hoping Shannon would be alone.
Okay. So no, he wasn't an intended target, right?
The sole target of this attack is Shannon and Shannon alone.
Okay. Yeah.
If Matt would have walked in because I did spend about 3 hours there. Afterwards, trying to think of what to do next. I just kind of after I killed her, I was well, if we're gonna be here, we should just put on some gloves. Because in my head, I was like, I lived here for 1.5 years. If my fingerprints are on the doorknob, that's not necessarily a very strange or out of place thing.
Right.
I lived here for 1.5 years. If my fingerprints are like here, there, whatever, like that's just kind of to be expected. But I put on the gloves to just kind of make myself feel a little bit more comfortable.
To keep your blood from dripping.
Yeah, that too. Smoked a couple of cigarettes after disconnecting the Wi-Fi to cut her security system off.
When you came back the second time, did you just park in the driveway or did you park down the street?
I parked down around the corner originally, and then I pulled into the driveway after I killed her.
Okay. So you disable her cameras at this point. You go out and smoke. Had you disabled the cameras before you went out and smoked?
It was after.
Okay.
It was after. I was just kind of sporadically doing things.
Sure.
At the end of the day, I owned that I wasn't going to get away with it. It was just how much time can I give myself to experience freedom before I go to jail for the rest of my life.
Okay, so you knew where all her stuff was because you lived together, right?
Yeah, we lived together for 1.5 years. I cleaned everything. I did all the handyman shit. Like, that house was put together basically by me.
So you go out and smoke shortly after she's dead,
Yeah.
right? You come back in. When do you board up the door?
Probably around 3:30, 4 o'clock. Like, I made the decisions. I remember making the decisions, but I don't feel like I was in control.
Notice the contradiction Chance is trying to pull off here. He says he wasn't in control, yet he admits to taking methodical steps after the murder. Putting on gloves, cutting the Wi-Fi to shut down her cameras, walking outside to smoke a cigarette, and using a power drill to board the door shut. Uncontrollable rage is wild and panicked. Strategic problem-solving, like picking a power drill because it's quieter than a hammer, requires full cognitive function. He wasn't out of control. He was executing a cold, step-by-step cover-up. But just wait until the detective brings up social media. Chance's calm, detached act is about to completely shatter.
Had you ever lost control like that in the past?
Yeah.
What happened?
I stabbed my mom's boyfriend because he tried to attack my mom whenever he was in a drunken rage.
What happened to him?
Went to rehab. They got back together for a little bit and then they broke up.
Okay. Is he out of the picture now, though?
No, he's my little brother's dad.
Okay. You in trouble for that?
No, it was ruled out as self-defense because he came into our house.
But that's not really losing, going into a rage. That's protecting your mom, right? It's a little bit different.
It felt very similar.
Okay.
She's been completely and utterly trashing my mom all over the internet.
The detective lands a direct hit on the real motive. The moment Shannon's Facebook posts in the "Are we dating the same guy?" group are brought up, Chance loses his composure. Shannon had exposed his thefts and drug use to their entire music festival circle, destroying his public reputation. Detective Phelan uses a brilliant validation tactic here, telling Chance, "You're a smart guy. That must have been hurtful." By pretending to sympathize with Chance's humiliation, the detective tricks him into admitting his actual earthly motive: pure revenge. Next up, watch how the detective asks one single legal question that shuts down any chance of Chance avoiding a life sentence.
And making my mom out to be a laughingstock. And saying things like me and my mother's relationship is extremely inappropriate. Like implying that, like, we want to have sex with each other and shit. Like, it's fucking disgusting. Are you serious right now?
Did that piss you off?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, what
you have the fucking audacity to start publicly saying that the reason I date older women is because I have an Oedipus complex. You're only 3 years older than me. It's not like I'm out here dating 40-year-old women. You know what I mean? Dating somebody that's 3 years older than me.
That's perfectly normal.
Yeah. And like,
So she implied that you had some attraction to your mom,
yeah.
and that's the.
She implied
That was pretty hurtful.
Yeah, she implied that we had an extremely inappropriate relationship, like, and just kept like, yeah, just saying it in ways that like was implying that like there was some kind of weird like sexual tension and like weirdness.
And where did she air this out?
All over Facebook. She told me that like she wasn't gonna tell anybody about the theft and stuff because I paid her back the money
Right.
that I took. And the only reason I took the money is because she took my debit cards because she didn't trust me with finances.
Okay.
And so like I'm not trying to sit here and like say all of my actions have a rational and logical explanation, because like I don't want to be this way. I don't want to lie,
Right.
but I don't know how to stop. I don't want to steal, but I don't know how to fucking stop.
Right.
And now,
Is that in part because of the addiction, do you think, with ketamine?
I mean, the stealing had to do with being. Shannon thought that the stealing had everything to do with the addiction to ketamine, when in reality, I go through bouts of unemployment because of the nature of my work. And I'm not gonna lie to you, there is a part of me that's very upset knowing that they slept together, because the first thing that Shannon said whenever she got out of our relationship was, I need to be single for a while and really figure out my own shit.
Right.
And then I saw something that she wrote down saying, I feel like I'm really falling into the same patterns with Chance with Matt, and I don't know how to feel about it.
Where did she write that down?
It's in her notes on her phone.
Okay. So this isn't something you knew ahead of time, this is something afterwards?
I mean, I assumed,
Sure.
because...
What's this dude doing in her house anyways, right? You guys
Well, like, man and women can be friends, you know what I mean? There can be, like, gender friendships, but, like, at the end of the day, like,
But you suspected something was going on.
yeah, like,
Right.
obviously, I saw her dancing with him, like, the day after. Like, we broke up at the concert.
Right.
So, like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, don't play me like a fool, just be real with me.
Well, you're a smart guy. I mean, that's, you know, that's clear.
I mean, to be completely honest with you, if she would have told me that she was sleeping with somebody else, I probably would have just hated her and been like, fine, f*** you, enjoy your new boyfriend, whatever, I'm just gonna go fuck bitches, get money.
Right.
Like, whatever. But I thought that she was being single, and I thought that she was like working on herself, and then she's making all these nasty posts about me and my mom, and I just kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed, because these aren't like small things, dude. They're like getting like 40 comments, like dozens and dozens of likes.
I hate social media.
These are like
I hate it.
fast reaching posts, you know what I mean? And I'm sitting here like, I'm losing everybody that has ever cared about me to this relationship. And like, Shannon also like has a really long track record of getting like higher authoritative figures involved in preventing and being left alone. For example, her ex-boyfriend Cody Costello, she has a stalking protection order against. I mean, to be completely honest with you, gentlemen, I do feel guilt, but it doesn't matter. Why doesn't it matter? Because at the end of the day, I allowed myself to get to this point.
Mm-hmm.
I had the conscious thought, check yourself into a mental hospital. But instead of doing that, I grabbed a knife, changed my clothes, and went and killed Shannon.
And you knew that was illegal, right, and wrong before you did
Yeah.
it, right?
I knew it was illegal, but honestly, like, it was just, I knew it was illegal, but I wanted Shannon back. I knew I was not gonna get away with it. There's no way I was gonna get away with it. First of all, who else is gonna kill Shannon? Nobody. Who's the most likely suspect? The person who she just broke up with is having a really nasty breakup with and is currently making all these nasty Facebook posts about, right? So, I mean, that's the first person I would look at.
What's the tattoo stand for?
It's the Ohm symbol. It represents the sound frequency. It's been recorded and picked up throughout the entirety of the known and explored universe. It's often referred to as the God frequency. We'll never know what she truly felt because her last words were, "I love you." But I don't know if that was out of fear or if she was actually having
Trying to get you to stop.
I don't know if it was out of fear of trying, or she was trying to get me to stop, or she just like actually loved me and wanted to say it. Come on, take me to jail already, dude. To say it.
There's no way of knowing if those even were her last words. All they have to go on concerning Shannon's last moments is Chance's story. But as for the rest, there's no denying he'd killed her. Now it's just a matter of due process. Even Chance seems impatient to get it over with. Left alone in the interview room, he mutters to himself.
With one simple question. Did you know it was wrong before you did it? The detective officially sank Chance's legal defense. Chance admitted he knew it was illegal, which legally eliminates an insanity plea in Ohio. Now look at him left alone in the room. The mystical God act is completely gone. He shifts around, muttering in frustration, fully aware that his attempt to manipulate the investigators failed. The mask didn't just slip, it shattered. In the end, the grand God frequency theories and mental break excuses didn't save him. Prosecutors hit Chance Donohoe with the full weight of the law. 2 counts of aggravated murder, 2 counts of murder, aggravated burglary, and abuse of a corpse. Realizing his insanity defense was dead in the water, Chance pled guilty to aggravated murder and abuse of a corpse. The judge sentenced him to life in prison with parole eligibility after 31 years. Hit the like and subscribe button for more updates.